Welcome to The Legal Fix, a new age radio show brought to you by the Tough Law Firm. We're the toughest law firm in town with the toughest lawyers around answering your toughest legal questions.
Hey, howdy. God, I'm sitting there watching the AC/DC. Man, I'm going to the next AC/DC concert.
Let's go.
Was that cool or what? That video was awesome.
The Iron Man video was pretty nice.
Oh, my God. It was awesome. We're doing it, baby. Yes. Hey, thank you. I'm Big Deal Bruce Tuff. I'm here with Boy Wonder, Brandon Riley, Super Lawyer, GI Jerome, Golden Boy, Jeremy Hall. Call us on our hotline if you have any questions.
You need a monocle.
936-900-2381.
There goes
We have a special edition of the show today. Guys, we're going to be, you get us three hosts, and we're going to talk about current topics. So we've got gender-affirming. Wait, we decided what it was going to be. It was going to be the what?
State of the Union.
State of the Union by President Joe Biden. So we're going to cover all of the topics that he covered at the State of the Union. We're going to talk about copyright with Dua Lipa and gender-affirming care, SALT treaty, and whether we're going to get peppered by nukes from Russia, and the 25th Amendment. 25th Amendment. So we're going to take them all. And do you want to start?
It's called gender-affirming care.
Gender-affirming care. What did I say?
Chemical castration. Same
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Jeez.
Just change
yeah.
that.
Nice pronunciation on Dua Lipa, though.
I did Dua Lipa.
Two lips.
Yeah, Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa?
Well, let's start with Dua Lipa since we brought that up. There's a copyright situation with Dua Lipa.
Copying songs. Copying melodies.
I have a question to you guys.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible you could come up with the same melody, the same rhythm by accident?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Don't you think
them.
it's possible that it would happen?
You hear them all the time. You know, I think it could because I was listening to some the Beatles borrowed all their sounds from other musicians, by the way.
So did P. Diddy.
Yeah. And you just look at you listen to the songs, the same beat, the rhythm, the sound, it's all the same, and it came from other. And I think even you can do it unconsciously, you can do it consciously. You know, you just say that's the sound you hear. Yes.
The landmark case here that we all learn in law school is the Vanilla Ice.
Right.
Under pressure. He copied it, and then he added one or two dings, and he said the one or two dings differentiated it from the Under Pressure song. And he was wrong.
He was wrong.
And now he's got to pay whoever sang Under Pressure. It's a famous band.
Under Pressure.
Yeah. And now he has to pay them because
bunch of money.
a court ruled that he did copy their song. It was not unique, adding a couple dings.
Who? Because Vanilla Ice wouldn't sign with one record company. They hung him out a window by his ankles.
Like Michael Jackson's Baby?
Yeah, I can't remember who they. I can't remember who they did that. I can't remember who. Suge Knight. Was it Suge Knight?
Suge Knight. Yeah,
That would
he's
surprise me.
Yeah.
he's known to do stuff
Run
like that.
people over, just kind of do his thing.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, allegedly. Suge.
Allegedly.
Don't come for us.
Yeah.
Come at me, bro.
I'm sorry to hear that about Dua Lipa. I really like her and her music.
Article Sound System, never heard of them, have a song called Live Your Life, and they claim that 2017 reggae single was copyrighted by Dua Lipa's brand new song that came out in 2020, Levitating. So we'll see how it goes. I know this, when you get sued, and they've sued the record company and the production company, they've sued everyone. When you get sued for a copyright like this, you're talking about $1,500 an hour attorneys, and you're looking at
More than that. They're
but that's just one attorney, right?
Yeah.
Big
And then
law.
Oh, they
when
have
you
a
got
team.
5 or 6
Oh, they got a
attorneys
team.
billing at
Yeah.
the same time every day. You've got a $1 million case.
$10,000
And then you have to
an
hire
hour.
experts, and the experts are more expensive than the attorneys.
Yeah.
And so it becomes cost prohibitive in some respects for the individual artists to defend themselves on what's happening.
It's their 2020 hit, right? And so
It's
this
their 20, so it's her 2020 hit.
I'm levitating.
Yeah.
I've never heard it, honestly.
Right.
It's a good
I'm
song.
gonna
I
watch it.
mispronounced. I butchered her name bad.
I've never heard
Jeremy
the
had
Live
to
Your
correct
Life
me.
Yeah.
song before.
Do you
Except
listen to
for-
reggae?
Nah, not usually.
Yeah.
Only when I'm in Jamaica.
Only when I'm watching Cops.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot.
Bad boy.
What you gon'?
What you go?
I got a
Anyways.
good one for you. Oh, we got a caller? No. Caller.
Ding,
go.
ding, ding,
We didn't hear it
ding,
ring.
ding, ding,
Oh, there it
ding,
is.
ding, ding.
Let's hear it.
Hey, caller.
Welcome to the
Yes,
Legal
this
Fix.
is Jason from the Woodlands.
What's your question, Jason, from the
I
Woodlands?
have questions on what you guys are talking about. Copyrights.
Do you got
in
a song for
divorce
us?
in a divorce type setting.
Copyright.
how do we split those copyrights? How do copyrights?
I'll tell you
Fair.
what Bruce told another
Community
gentleman.
property copyrights.
Oh,
You
community
give her
property?
the chickens and you keep the
Right,
truck.
right.
Yay, that's right. That's how we do it. That's how we do it in the Tough Law Firm.
Can you
Right.
quadro a copyright?
Can you
Can
split
you?
it?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, you
sure,
can.
you just
Sure,
get
you can
royalties.
split
Dual
anything.
ownership,
You can
yeah.
quadro anything.
Yeah.
You can quadro your 401k, your
Can you
pension
quadro your
plan.
wife?
You can. I haven't quadroed an annuity, but you can do a quadro on copyrights. You can do it on mineral interest. You can do it on any kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not actually a quadro, but you do something like that.
Something
yeah.
to split the proceeds
Correct.
of it in
Yeah.
perpetuity.
Right. That's right.
Both
Yeah.
of you own it.
Yeah, Jason, good call. Thank you
Yeah.
for listening to the
Thank
show.
you.
We're on Spotify, just to let you know now.
Great
okay?
question.
Hang
So
up.
check us out on Spotify.
Bye.
We're leading the views on Spotify.
That's like the
Yeah.
first client that's called in and hung up before we told him to get off the phone.
I know, that's great.
Everyone
Well,
else just kind of stays on.
I forgot to mention, last night I presented Kevin Brady. I was at the Economic Development Partnership. It was the elected officials reception and honoring our elected officials in Montgomery County and the region, and it was a packed house. I was honored with the presentation of the Good Scout Award to our exemplary Congressman Kevin Brady,
Nice.
and I gave him the campaign hat and the McKinsey statute, and
Nice.
it was a wonderful event. And I saw all our favorite judges. You know, I saw Judge Valdez, who was supposed to be on the show.
We need
She
her.
She
said
promised she'll be
We need
here.
her.
She
She
said she'll be.
promised.
And I love
Judge Valdez,
I
we
love
call her-
Judge Tucker. Judge Tucker
calling you
was
out.
there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Judge Mytalk was there. I talked to Brandon Creighton, our senator.
good.
What a great man! He wrote
Distinguished
me a-
gentleman.
He did. He wrote me just
Look
a
at this
very thoughtful,
distinguished
kind
gentleman.
letter about my dad's passing, and had with him. I saw our county judge, Mark Keogh,
Very good.
and then
Was
I-
he wearing dad jeans?
No, not at the reception. He looked good. He looked good. And I ran into our state representative of House District 15, Steve Toth.
Okay.
And I said, congratulations on the election. He won by a big margin, so he did well. And I said, good job on it. And he mentioned our show.
Did he?
Yeah,
What did he say?
He
He's a
said
fan
he
of the
he's
show.
watched the show, and I
Good.
said some episodes. I said, "Well,
What's up, Toth?
we were kind of talking trash
For
about you.
taxes.
Are you sure you watched?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I watched it." I said, "Well, you got to be on the show." So I invited him on the show.
Hey, awesome.
Everyone's allowed on the
I
show.
want him to be on the show. I hope he comes.
That would be
on.
great.
Let him
Because
defend himself. Absolutely.
He's done. He's done a lot of things in the legislature, and he can talk about what's coming up. And we had a good conversation. So I invited him. I hope he does come on the show. I
Yeah,
really do.
yeah,
it would
we'd
be
love
good.
to have him.
Absolutely.
So I just had to drop that in because
that's good.
that was a little bit about me.
Hey, I have a question. You won the Silver Beaver Award, right?
Yes, I did.
I knew we were going to go
Yes.
there.
How many pelts did you
Yeah.
slay
Well,
to get the Silver Beaver
That
Award?
is the highest recognition award for the Sam Houston Area Council and then I was representing the George Strait District.
How
and
many beavers is that?
It's
How
just
many
one.
pelts?
It's just one.
Okay.
You get one beaver. You're hanging around.
If
your
you
neck.
dye your hair, do you still get to keep the award for the
Yes, you
Silver
do.
Beaver?
You
Silver
can. You
beaver.
can.
Okay.
But now that I have
Just
the
making
Silver
sure.
Beaver Award, I think I'm going to let it. I'm going to go natural here. I'm just
Yeah.
Gonna, yeah. What do you think? So
Yeah.
I'm not going to use
looks
any
good.
more. I'm not
We need
gonna
a
use
haircut,
any-
though.
product?
We're past
no more
due
hair.
on a haircut.
No more hair products, and I'm just going to. I use youth hair.
Yeah.
What is that?
Keeping it young.
Yeah.
And in George Strait's district, man, that's awesome that they
Yeah,
gave that
I'm
guy a
in-
district.
I'm in George Straits.
How many
Thank
number
you.
one singles did he get?
Yeah, I'd like to go to that concert. By the way, I went to the rodeo as well. I went to the rodeo with Abby and Brett, and I brought Honey Badger with us.
This year?
Yeah,
Were
yeah.
people masked up? How was it?
There were no masks, and
Did you get a turkey leg?
God, I can't remember who was singing. The guy on the I'll think of it.
Yeah, what's
Country
his
music?
name? Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to know him.
Jason
Okay.
Aldean.
Jason Aldean Westfield.
No,
What? No, Luke Bryan.
no, Luke Bryan.
That's Judge Tucker's favorite.
No, I'm
Luke
going to
Bryan.
blank. I'm totally blank right now. In fact, I'm not on my money right here.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
are you ever?
I want
never.
to. I want to go to
Just
the
kidding.
rodeo just for the animals. We're going to
Paula-
take Remy down to the livestock show. So
You
she
should
she
do
can see all
that.
the animals.
You should do that.
Paula
Yes.
came to my office this morning. She said, Brandon, the reason your name's Boy Wonder is because we always wonder where you are.
Yeah, I know.
Here we go.
Hey, old caller.
Welcome to the Legal Fix.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know it was Tim McGraw playing at the rodeo.
Oh my goodness.
Is that
her
Abby?
daughter's
That's
on
Abby.
it.
Why
She's
is she
on it.
yelling?
She's Tim
Tim
McGraw.
McGraw.
Yeah, Abby, that was
Tim
such a
McGraw.
great concert. And I was trying to think which show he's
my
on. It's like
t-shirt.
1883. It's now
No,
coming
it's
to me
Miley
slowly.
Cyrus. Miley
James
Cyrus.
Dutton.
James Dutton.
That's
I went to
wrong
the
guy.
James Dutton concert, and it was so cool. Hey, Abby, you come to the office?
Yeah, I also wanted to say that you're the best host out of all you three.
Oh, thank you,
Nice.
Abby. I
No one
really
dis-
appreciate
no one
that.
disagrees with
So
that, though.
another satisfied listener who, yeah.
Is she coming on the show now?
Yo, Abby, please be on the show. Bring Brett.
All right.
Are you afraid of being canceled?
Bye.
Hey, hey,
she's
come
afraid
on the
of being
show.
canceled.
Okay.
She's
Bye.
afraid of being canceled.
Who's Brett? Is that the guy with the Brussels brush?
Yeah.
The V for Vendetta?
Yeah.
Little tickler
yeah,
pencil
yeah.
stash?
Where
She
did
did-
you say he was from? Colombia?
She
Yeah,
didn't
I
like
think
that.
so.
She didn't like you were
Columbia,
dissing him. She was like,
She called
I was
me
not
short.
dissing him. I was
Okay.
complimenting him on his mustache.
"Do you see how her retort came back?
Yeah,
so
she's
quick,
a honey
sharp.
badger in
It was
making.
like a
Yeah, she was
sharp knife.
Mustache comments are compliment. I complimented a gentleman yesterday in court on his
That's
nice
good.
furry mustache. It was it was like sticking out. You could take shelter under it. It was huge,
Yeah.
like a Wyatt Earp stash.
That's always one of our
He's like, if it's
our
a NATO-
that's always that's one of our speed questions. Yeah.
yeah.
Bristle brush.
Hot seat questions.
Yeah, hot
a
seat.
Brussels
Yeah.
Brish?
Have
Is that
you
what you
ever had
called
a
it?
It's a
Brussels
Brussels brush.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I pronounce it.
Yeah.
We call it the Brussels Accords.
It's a bristle brush, but one of my friends in from high school, we were at a party. We were in college, so we were of drinking age over at a friend's house. We saw pictures of her family, and her dad had a super furry mustache. So we were running all over the house finding pictures of her dad to look at his mustache. And he got so excited, he yelled, "Look at her dad! He has a Brussels brush!" And so that's how the mispronunciation was
The
born.
Brussels brush.
Brussels
I know.
brush.
Good.
Yeah, I'll never get that out of my head. Okay, so I'm going to get us
Good.
back on topics next.
We can do
State of the Union.
State of the Union. Back to the State of the Union. Boy Wonder, do you want to take gender affirming care? Do you want to start with that
Yeah,
one?
so the
All right.
OAG issued an opinion number KP0401, making it very clear, as just to quote the governor, OAG opinion number KP0401 makes clear it is already against the law to subject Texas children to a wide variety of elective procedures for gender transitioning, including reassignment surgeries that can cause sterilization, mastectomies, removal of otherwise healthy body parts, and administration of puberty-blocking drugs. I don't want to pronounce the others, but at the end of the day, chemical castration is out in Texas for children.
Yeah, they kept the opinion by Ken Paxton, February 18th, 2022. Topical opinion, KP0401, whether certain medical procedures performed on children constitute child abuse.
They made it
Man.
very clear that they do, and
Yeah.
I don't think. I think you'd have to be mentally out of the loop to think that messing with a child's natural body is somehow acceptable or good for them or healthy. And so today, out of Austin, Texas, we heard that a Texas judge is going to be holding a hearing, I think today or next Friday, on whether they can stop the state from investigating officials that do these things, or do an official investigation for children that are receiving what they're now terming gender-affirming care.
Yikes. Yikes.
So chemical castration is called gender-affirming care. I don't know what to say to that.
That's a tough decision for a child to make.
A child can't contract, so how can a child agree to do those things?
Their parents have to agree for them.
If I tell you what I really think about this, I will be canceled.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Because I don't think I'd let anybody do anything to my children. I'd take a baseball bat to them. So I don't understand the whole process.
This is what blows my mind. Apple, Google, Johnson & Johnson, a family company, and even Meta and Microsoft have all taken out ads, even in the Dallas Morning News, saying that criticizing the Texas directive to stop this. So major corporations that we spend our money on every day are not only celebrating but fighting for chemical castration of children.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think it's a different topic when we talk about adults, and I think we're becoming
That's
more
acceptable.
open-minded as a society. If people want to change their gender, then that's up to them.
Yeah. If you want to
But
smoke weed, that's up to you. If you want to do these things, that's up to you. That's fine.
when it comes to kids, I think that's a difficult decision for a child to make, and I think the long-term effects, if later on in life they decide that they made a mistake, then what do you do? It's already done. And I don't know enough to say there's no going back, but I know that that sounds like a serious procedure.
There's no going back. There's no way.
Yeah.
If you
But-
cut your finger off 10 years from now, you're not going to be able to put it back on.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah.
There's no going back.
Yeah, I think also with female gymnasts, we don't have as much of a problem when Mary Lou Retton does estrogen blockers to win the Olympics, right? Because female gymnasts take hormones to keep them youthful or to block estrogen to stop them from fully developing as women to be able to compete at a high level.
Do they really do that?
They do, yeah, yeah.
The
How come
Chinese
I don't
and
know
Russians
this?
are notorious
Well, I
for
know
this.
the Russians do it. They do everything.
Well, it's not, I don't know if it's necessarily performance enhancing, but it stops the female development or slows it down.
Right.
It is still classified as performance enhancing.
It is.
It is.
And so it's not allowed? I
don't
thought it
think
was
so.
allowed.
I don't think so.
Okay.
My understanding is it's not allowed.
Okay.
Because you're interfering with your estrogen to raise your testosterone levels.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
But in that
don't
case, it has nothing to do with wanting to change your gender or reassign your gender. It's just sports competition. When you talk about reassigning your gender, it becomes more of a charged topic, more of
Yeah.
a conservative versus liberal, Republican versus Democrat thing.
Is
I
it
think it was
really?
even on the ballot.
Is it politically that way so that Democrats believe in chemical castration of their children, or that some child, a minor, can make that
Can make that
decision, but the
decision.
Republicans say, no, we can't do that?
Yeah, Republicans say no.
Wow. Okay. Everything's political.
Yeah.
I guess.
And
I
now the
guess.
corporations are playing it, so there must be a lot of money in it.
Yeah. Well, it was on the ballot. This
I know,
is a
I remember.
referendum.
I remember, yeah.
What does
None-
that even mean, though? A referendum?
None of the 10 referendums meant anything. It was just to
was like
emotionally
a-
manipulate us.
It's like a
It was-
free poll.
Let
right?
me
It's
see.
like a free poll.
Let me see. When I put my finger in the wind, okay, I'm for that. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
It doesn't. Nothing happens if the referendum passes, except an action committee gets formed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a free poll.
Yeah. I vote that
Basically.
we should have the right to fly on our own without assistance.
I like
Within
that.
10
Okay,
years.
we're going to get
And
that
so,
on. We don't
yeah,
want a
does that
referendum
happen?
like
Yeah,
that.
that would be. I would vote for that.
Okay, SALT treaty.
Salt
What do you
treaty.
got
Are we
on
going to
that?
take a break at all?
Well, we can.
Is
All
it
right,
time? It's
Carlos
time
says
for a
take a
break.
break. Okay, let's take a break and we'll be right back.
Houston area. Contact us at 281-681-0808. We're tough for you.
Go to youtube.com on your smartphone, tablet, or PC. Subscribe us on YouTube at Radio The Boss 91.1 FM.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
To host a blood drive at your location, go to giveblood.org.
Welcome back to the Legal Fix, where we answer your toughest legal questions. Call our hotline at 936-900-2381. Legal Fix brought to you by the Tough Law Firm. Hey, we got some. Our producer Carlos told us a little bit more about the Dua Lipa. What did Jeremy? What's the report on
Yeah,
that?
sampling is okay. So you can take a sample or a bit from a song and remix it basically to make a new sound, and that is okay. And P. Diddy made a career off of doing that, remixing hits from
Yeah.
the 80s. He even says that in one of his lyrics.
Right.
The Police, was that was his big one.
The
I'll Be
Police?
Missing You. He stole a Police song and sampled it.
Yeah, yeah.
Roxanne.
Yeah.
Not that one.
Oh,
It's a different
Okay.
song. I've got a story about that actually. I was working as a waiter at Outback Steakhouse, very short-lived, during the summer when I was home from college, and they played 80s music, and every song I heard, I thought, this is a P. Diddy song. This is interesting. It sounds exactly like a P. Diddy song, and it finally hit me. These are all the original songs that he remixed that turned into the hits that I listen to.
Yeah.
So yeah, sampling is okay. You can make a remix from a song. You just can't copy it.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah,
Puff
the
Daddy.
artist formerly known as
N-
Puff Daddy.
then
J-Lo's husband.
Now Diddy.
Is he? Diddy.
And Sean Combs.
Sean Combs.
I'm up on everything.
Yeah, Bruce knows.
Yeah,
Bruce
perfect.
knows.
Okay, we're going to go to the SALT Treaty. You may not know this, but there is a treaty among the nuclear nations, and I had to ask Boy Wonder about this. Of course, he came with the research department. He's going to give us a little update because Putin is rattling the nuclear saber at everybody, and everybody's freaking out about it. So a lot of people don't even know what it is.
So the Russian Times, and obviously I can't guarantee this because it's in Russian and then they translate it, and I'm just going off the translation, right?
That's a publication, the Russian Times?
Yeah.
State-sponsored media?
Yeah. They actually closed all their offices in the U.S. after the Ukrainian war broke out, and they laid off indefinitely all the staff from their U.S. offices. But it's the little green box with the RT in it in black. And I've seen their stuff multiple times, and you see it on anywhere on the internet at any given moment.
Norman Tuff told me before any of this ever came out, I picked him at the airport, he says, yeah, you know what the Russians are doing? They're saying that the Nazis have infiltrated Ukraine and that he was fighting the Nazis for the rest of the world. And I said, that no one's that stupid, Norman. And then here it is, it's out. And
Are the Nazis even still a party?
They got these Russians thinking this. It's crazy.
Okay, Russian television is what it's called, not Russian Times. Excuse me, Russian television. Retweet. And so they came out last week and said, what is the point of having Earth if Russia's not in it? That was their comment.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
state-sponsored, and that's their belief system. So, of course, they're going to offer nuclear weapons as the end game for everyone.
They're just defending themselves by invading the Ukraine.
That's right.
Defending themselves, and then
defending their
if anyone comes close to like no-fly zone, we're going to drop some nukes on everybody.
Yeah,
So
hopefully
we've-
not.
I say let them do it.
We've
Let them do it.
gone-
We'll nuke them into the Stone Age. There will be no Russia.
Yeah, well, a lot of innocent people would die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This old guy told me one time, he said, nuke them till they glow green.
Yeah, I think,
I
man,
swear.
nuclear war
Anyways,
is a
You
horrible
guys,
outcome.
You guys don't know this, but when I was in elementary school, we would have nuclear drills because it was during the Cold War, and everybody thought Russia was as crazy as they are now, which they are, and that they were going to drop a nuke on us because that's all they would talk about. We got nukes, we're going to nuke you. So they would go, okay, we're going to have a nuclear drill. Duck and cover. So we all go under our desk and put our, of our heads on. And then I finally realized, I said, that ain't going to help me.
My desk doesn't stop a nuke.
That ain't going to help me.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So
I've been traumatized through my childhood.
Since
okay?
the early
Yeah.
70s, though, we've had these nuclear disarmament agreements with Russia, and it started with SALT, and it's gone all the way into the New START.
What is SALT? What does that stand
It's
for?
Angelina Jolie, right?
Yeah,
Angelina
SALT.
Jolie movie?
Yeah, it's SALT.
Yeah.
She's
I
SALT
have-
1,
she's a
SALT 2,
superhero.
SALT 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
have
those
no idea
movies.
what it stands for, honestly.
Strategic
It's
Nuclear Arms Control Agreements.
basically.
Yeah.
But it's usually between the U.S. It's always been between the U.S. and Russia in our disarmament, and an agreement that we won't continue to proliferate nuclear weapons. And to continue to expand them. And part of it is always, you're not going to move your nukes any closer to us, and we're not going to move them any closer to you. So no more Cuban Missile Crisis, no more moving them past the Baltics to the Ukraine. We're not going to.
Don't
put
we
our
have
nukes too
long-range
close.
missiles where they can just reach anywhere now? Elon Musk can just saddle
but
up and send one to Russia.
I think the difference is, if it's close enough, there's no time for you to defend yourself against it.
Okay, Star
Whereas-
Wars.
Exactly. So if it's real close to you, you're not going to be able to disarm it or in any way stop it from happening. But if it's coming from a silo in Kansas all the way over, they'll have time to at least nuke us back, right? And that's, I think, the idea.
We'll just nuke the atmosphere. It'll nuke the atmosphere
Right.
because we'll be blowing each other's up in the air, and it'll just nuke it up, and then we'll
Ronald
make a
Hagen-
gigantic hole, and then
in the
we'll all
ozone.
cook to death.
And yeah, that's
Isn't that great news?
delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, that's very very dreary. But we've gone through these. We have one that's currently in effect. I'm not saying that we're going into nuclear war, but it'll last through February of 2026, and it's the nuclear disarmament agreement that I believe was entered into with Barack Obama.
Well,
Right around
one.
This happened right around the hot mic time when he said, what was the Vladimir Putin's lackey? I can't even think of his name. The puppet head.
Ivan Drago?
No. Yes. No.
Ivan
Some
Drago.
guy-
Let's stick with him. I
some
like
guy
Ivan
like that.
Drago. But
He's
you know
a cool
what?
cat.
Rocky kicked his ass.
Yeah, he did.
Well, it
Wow.
took him the second fight to do it. Yeah.
It did, yeah. United States always wins.
A group of burglars broke into his home when he was away one time and tied his wife up, and they found a picture of him, and they let her go, and they apologized and left without taking anything. True story.
Oh, because
They were afraid of Drago.
Drago's coming for him.
They were
he was
afraid
going
of
to come
him.
for him. Yeah.
So we have this treaty. It's in effect. It says that we won't build any more nukes. They won't build any more nukes. We won't move them any closer. They won't move them any closer. And now we have the Ukraine crisis, and we have no idea where it's going to go, but it's going to be the largest migrant crisis in the history of the world. They estimate at least 7 million people will be displaced out of Ukraine.
Wow.
7 million. And it was overwhelming in Syria when almost 1 million people were displaced. And it overwhelmed all of Europe, trying to take in all of these refugees from the Syrian war, which Russia is propping up as well. But 7 million migrants, I mean, what are we going to do with that?
Yeah.
We don't suffer the direct effect per se, but we will eventually.
I can't believe that Russia has invaded Ukraine, which Ukraine used to be part of Russia. They speak Russian, and displacing so many people. So you've got family members. You've got these Russian soldiers who are killing women and children who are family members of Russians. And it's just
Cousins.
You know, it's and somehow they buy that crap that Putin's shoving out to them.
Or they're afraid of being killed. So it's kill or be killed.
I don't know. He needs to be stopped.
The
guy's
fact that they
insane
agreed to a
fool.
ceasefire to allow the women and children out and then proceeded to bomb them once they came out.
Yeah, that's Russia for you.
And what is the world doing about it?
My Uncle Walt.
We're not doing anything.
My Uncle Walt said, Russians they're niche, man. Russians are niche. Always, he
different.
Had a
knows
long-standing
everybody. They're
rivalry with them.
very. Yeah. So I hope everybody understands that nowadays Russians cannot be trusted, and we should not be their friend.
Yeah. Nuclear war always makes me think that people who choose to live the rural life may be smarter than us in the end, because if nuclear war hits, I'm going to not want to be living in a big city, because you're going to be a target and you're going to be stuck. No nuclear weapon is going to be directed at a farm in Montana.
No.
That's right.
You're safe if you're
Right.
living out in the country.
Right. Yeah. Or Australia. So luckily, a lot of these treaties were done during Ronald Reagan. Remember Ronald Reagan, and he said, "Hey, by the way,
Gorbachev and Reagan.
he bankrupted Russia and got them to agree to these agreements because Reagan walked out. He says, "I'm not doing it. I got Star Wars. I can bomb you from space."
Shoot you
And
with
then
lasers and
they went,
defend.
"Oh my God,
My laser.
oh my God!"
Isn't that what your guy Joey Biden's doing, though? He's trying to cripple him with economic sanctions.
Oh,
is that
Joey
doing anything?
Biden. Did I tell you how
Before you
I've
go
been
into that,
following
before
Joe
you go into
Biden
that.
for the longest period of time, and he's been wrong on foreign policy forever. And everybody, you look at, I saw
Like
him.
always down.
I was watching C-SPAN and saw these old clips of him, and he looks goofy. Number one, and his plugs are all hanging out. But he comes in. He wants to
weave
ask
is falling out.
he wants to ask a question. Supreme Court nomination of Scalia, and he says, "I'm going to ask a question." There was no question. It was just pontificating, and he was just falling all over himself. He looked like a stupid fool, and then Scalia looks at him and says, "Is that a question?" You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Objection
like,
leading.
let me ask the question, and then I'll answer my own
Sustain.
question, and I can get right to the point. Yeah.
Yeah, he just wanted to make a
Yeah.
speech.
So,
Well, we killed the Keystone Pipeline. We have
Joe
suspended,
Biden,
we've
no, he killed
suspended
it.
all
He-
federal drilling.
He killed it.
We,
We
were
were
jacking with
totally energy
here's-
independent, and we could have been exporting all this oil. But
and we
Biden,
started
what a
importing
fool.
700,000 barrels of oil
What a
a
fool.
day from Russia
Yeah.
just for them to do this.
And now he's going. Oh,
he
and
said
by
he'd
the
be
way,
tough against
inflation is
Russia.
all about. It's all because of
Ukrainian
Putin,
war.
and inflation and the gas prices are going up because and I have nothing to do with it. And I don't know. I mean, we must have so many stupid people in this country that buy that crap. I don't even get it. I mean, I
if
just
you
go,
never heard
why would you
anything
say something
else,
that's
how
stupid?
Would you know? If you've only ever heard it told to you as a lie, how would you know the truth from the lie?
Because I read and I look at different sources.
Yeah, but you're not a normal person, Bruce.
Yeah, okay.
You read stuff all day.
Yeah, I'm a truth sayer. Yeah, so I have it. So what do you think? What are we going to do with Biden?
25th Amendment.
Yeah, all right, tell me about it. What are we going to do, 25th? We're going to boot him.
No. It's
But
never
we
gonna
get
happen.
Kamala Harris. What are you...
Have you watched her videos of her recent speeches? I question her equally to him.
I'm stunned. You know, she was the border czar, did nothing. She did nothing for the border czar. Now she's over there. I mean, I hope they keep her over there. Maybe they'll kidnap her.
Where is she?
She's in Eastern Europe right now, right?
Eastern Europe.
Somewhere. I'm in
Doing
somewhere in
what?
Europe.
Shopping?
Talking about how this is a problem. But if you listen to her
She needs to
speeches, she
do
doesn't
headbangs.
sound coherent. You guys make fun of me for clearing my throat and stuttering and pulling my phone up in court, but at least I know what I'm going to say by the time I pull my phone up. She's got a teleprompter. Okay, fair enough, touche. But she's got a teleprompter and can't even read what's on the teleprompter.
She has this look like she goes like this, and she's looking when she's reading. Yeah, she's got that stare. It's just
It's
like
a
a
blank
death stare.
stare, yeah.
It's like there's nothing there. It's like, okay, I'm going to read this. It's like the first time I've ever read this, and I'm just going to read what they tell me
Yeah,
to.
maybe it is. And
So
so,
when
for,
Trump-
for our listeners, 25th Amendment is when
Yes.
either the president himself writes a letter to the pro temp of the House,
Correct.
writes a letter to Congress saying I can no longer fulfill my duties, or the VP can write the same letter saying the president is no longer able to fulfill his duties.
There was a lot of talk about this with Trump in office, and they were trying to say Trump was not mentally fit to be in office and that he was going to start a nuclear war, even though it was really Putin that wanted to start one, right? And then it kind of fizzled out, and then Biden won the election, and then conservatives have tried to bring it back up. It was created because Woodrow Wilson had a stroke. His wife acted as president during the time period that he was disabled, and then more questions came up, and by the 60s, 70s, they decided, you know what, we need a structure of command to take place if the president is disabled in any way and
Yeah.
requires to be removed.
The presidency is not community property. You
Right.
can't just give it to your
You
spouse.
can't just hand it
Back
over.
to
right?
Woodrow Wilson, just more intel on that. When his cabinet suggested that the vice president take over, Wilson's wife, Edith, and his doctor, Carrie Grayson, conspired to keep his condition a secret from Congress and the public, leaving the United States without a competent leader.
And it said in history classes, they believe that she was the architect behind the League of Nations, and that she was the one orchestrating that attempt to create the League of Nations that was originally his idea, but she took it over because he was completely disabled.
Right, right.
So we've had a female president. We've already done that.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
we've done
Edith.
that already.
Yeah,
Edith.
Edith Wilson.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay,
And
we're
so
good.
it's happened several times.
Yeah. All right. What else? Anything else?
We can review. Paula killed it in a TI hearing.
Good. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Watching Paula go to town.
Yeah. Way to go, Paolo.
Way to go,
Paolo.
Eraser.
Eraser. She's fierce, man. She's teeing up for another one. She's like the boom boom on TI hearings. She's doing awesome.
Yeah,
She's like another
rocking and
honey.
rolling.
She's just a honey badger, basically.
Shout out to Paulo. All right.
good.
All right. So anything else? We're done, right, guys?
Another day in paradise.
I know. Hey, thank you for tuning in to The Legal Fix, brought to you by the Tough Law Firm. Call our office at 281-681-0808 or visit ToughLawFirm.net, or you can ask a question in the comments below. You can watch past episodes and highlights at ToughLawFirm.net. You can also see us on Spotify,
We're
which is
so excited.
I'm so excited about that.
Spotify.
Carlos showed me how to get Spotify. Okay, so I'm on it. For the latest, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Connect with us on Facebook, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter. Tune into 91.1 FM The Boss. We're live Fridays at noon. I'm the Big Deal Bruce Tuff with Boy Wonder Brandon Riley, Super Lawyer GI Jerome, the Golden Boy Jeremy Hall. And we'll see you next week for another episode of The Legal Fix.